Okay, so let me ask you something. What if I told you that a single thought, just a fleeting intention you could have right now, could be more valuable than all the treasure in the entire universe? It sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, there's an ancient story that explores this exact idea, and it offers this profound cosmic calculation that totally redefines what real value is.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with a wealthy elder who is facing life's biggest questions. Then we'll dig into the problem he's up against and discover this pretty shocking, but also liberating solution that the Buddha offers him. And then we get to the really good part. We'll unpack the mind-bending reason why this solution is considered so incredibly powerful. It's a reason that has literally echoed through centuries of practice.
All right, let's travel back in time. We're talking 2,500 years ago in India, in a place called the Jeta Grove. And here, we meet a man named Viradatta and 500 of his friends. These guys had it all. I mean, wealth, status, resources, you name it, they had it. And yet, they had this nagging feeling that all of it was kind of meaningless when faced with the bigger picture. It just clicked for them, you know? They realized that all their money couldn't protect them from getting old or getting sick, that life is incredibly fragile, and the chance to learn from someone like the Buddha is unbelievably rare. So they made a pact. They decided they weren't just going to aim for their own personal peace. No, they were going to go for the highest possible goal, full enlightenment, for the benefit of every single being.
So they go to the Buddha, all fired up, and they ask him, okay, where do we start on this epic journey? And his first instruction, well, it's a real curveball. He basically tells them, hold on. Before we can build anything up, we've got to tear something down first. And that something is their most basic attachment, their own bodies.
And man, he does not pull any punches here. The imagery is intense. A den of poisonous snakes, a broken clay pot. It's pretty jarring stuff. But here's the key. The point isn't for them to hate their bodies. It's to get them to see the body for what it is. Temporary, fragile, and, not a reliable source for lasting happiness.
So you see what's happening, right? He's taking the two things our world chases after the most, wealth and the physical self, and he's calling them illusions. They're like dreams or bubbles. It's like you can't build a skyscraper on a shaky foundation. You have to clear the ground first before you can build something real and lasting.
Okay, so once that ground is cleared, then the Buddha shows them what to build. And it's not another thing you can own or get attached to. It's a quality of mind, something that's actually worth cultivating. He introduces them to this concept called Bodhichitta. You can translate it as the Mind of Enlightenment. Think of it like a jewel, but a mental one. And it boils down to this simple but totally world-changing intention. I'm going to reach my highest potential, not for myself, but so I can be of the greatest possible help to everybody else. And this is just such a brilliant contrast. A second ago, the body was a den of poisonous snakes. Now this enlightened mindset is described as a universal cure. It's called the Agada medicine, which was this legendary potion that could supposedly heal any disease. It's the source of all peace and well-being. And this is where things get really wild. This is the heart of the whole story. Because this ancient text, this sutra, doesn't just say, hey, this is a nice idea. Nope. It actually tries to quantify its value. It does the math. And the result is, well, it's just astronomical.
So first, it gives us this image. It says to imagine all the positive energy, the merit, that comes from just one moment of this intention. If you could somehow gather all that merit and give it a physical form, it would be bigger than the entire universe. It would literally fill all of space, and there would still be more left over.
I know, what does it even mean, right? It's hard to wrap your head around. So to make it clearer, the sutra sets up this amazing direct comparison, a kind of cosmic thought experiment.
Okay, so picture this. You've got two people. Practitioner A performs the most ridiculously generous act you can possibly imagine. They fill a number of universes equal to the grains of sand in the river Ganges with precious jewels. I mean, just an unimaginable offering. Then you have Practitioner B. All they do is put their hands together and form that one simple internal intention of Bodhicitta. So who wins? Who generated more good?
And the answer from the sutra is absolute. It's not even close. The simple internal mental act is infinitely more valuable. And the reason why is just beautiful. Jewels, no matter how many you have, are finite. They're just stuff. But a compassionate intention to benefit all beings, that has no limits. Its positive impact can scale infinitely, reaching everyone, everywhere, for all time.
So what's the ultimate takeaway here? Why does this ancient cosmic calculation matter to us today? Well, the answer brings us forward in time, about 1,500 years, to the great 11th century Indian master, Atisha.
You see, when Atisha was teaching, he needed to give his students a solid reason, like a scriptural proof for why this practice of generating an enlightened mind was the absolute cornerstone of the whole path. And what did he use for his evidence? This exact story, the Sutra of Viradatta. He was basically saying, look, here's the proof. The power you hold in your own mind is absolutely immense.
And this all leads to his core practical instruction, the thing he tells his students to actually do. Because this single thought is so monumentally powerful, so cosmically valuable, the most essential practice is simply to generate it. Again, and again, and again. The goal is to turn that fleeting inspiration into the stable, unshakable, and limitless foundation for your entire life.
And that really leaves us with a pretty powerful question, doesn't it? If this ancient tradition was so convinced that a single compassionate thought could outweigh a universe packed with jewels, what does that say about the untapped power of our own intentions, right here and right now?